everyone, welcome. In today's video, we'll be focusing on a very interesting topic which is rarely being discussed, but yes, it's very important because it deeply impacts our well-being and quality of life. Today, we'll talk about fifth house and how it affects our emotions, intelligence, feelings, and our ability to deal with the public, marriage, and business partnerships. Well, we all know that fifth house is the house of faith, dharma, intelligence, celebration, skills, and children as well. But today we'll talk about one aspect of fifth house, and that is Purva Punya. Well, this term Purva Punya is being misunderstood by many people. Purva Punya is considered to be all of the gifts and the merits which you are carrying from the past life because of your good actions. But the truth is, Purva Punya literally means the result of our past life actions, the merits and the demerits both, the positive and the negative as well. The fifth house is this box which is having all the information about your past actions and how these actions are now going to impact your present life. And most importantly, these past actions are impacting your emotions and intelligence in this lifetime. Have you ever wondered? Fourth house is ruled by moon. It represents our peace of mind and mental stability. But why does the fifth house signifies emotions, feelings, and intelligence? It's because your past life actions are the ones which will decide the state of your intelligence, emotions, and feelings in this lifetime. For example, fifth house is the house of children. It's said that children are the fruit of our past life actions. So there are people who are blessed with the gift of children. There are people who are facing delay and even denial in this process. And then there are a set of people who do have children, but this journey, the experience is very troublesome. So overall, children are the ones who teach us very important lessons. They help our soul to evolve and grow. In the same way, fifth house represents the romantic partnerships. You meet people for a reason. So whether it's a mutual romantic encounter or even one-sided, the people which you meet through the romantic encounters are the ones who will leave a great impact on our intelligence and emotions. And through that, we learn a lot about our own identity and soul journey. So the affairs of the fifth house leaves a great impact on our soul, which further helps us to evolve. So the fifth house carries the fruit of our past life actions. It could be the sweetest fruit, it could be a rotten fruit as well. Well, it could be both. So I always considered fifth house as this fruit box. You never know what you will discover over here. Why is it that all the affairs of the fifth house are deeply impacting our evolution, our soul's journey? We learn a lot about our own self through the fifth house because this house is ruled by planet Sun, the natural Atma Karaka, the Karaka of your soul. So fifth house is the house of our past life actions. This is the house of Sun, and Sun is holding up to all the experiences of your past life. Whatever you have learned, whatever merits and demerits you have earned from the past life. So how to analyze your fifth house? Number one, where is your fifth lord placed? Number two, which planet is placed in the fifth house and what all houses it's ruling over? Number three, where is planet Sun placed in your horoscope? And also, last but not the least, check out the fifth house of Navamsha. So all of these things needs to be required to analyze how your fifth house is impacting your intelligence, emotions, and feelings in this life. But now the question is how the fifth house is impacting our ability to deal with the public, marriage, and business partnerships. Well, for that, we need a pen and a paper. So this is our fifth house, the fruit box, and it represents the Purva Punya, all the merits and the demerits which your soul is carrying from the past life. Now, all of these merits and demerits are leaving an impact, a residue on our mind, and that residue is going to affect our emotions, feelings, and intelligence. Seventh house of public dealing, marriage, and business partnerships. Seventh house is 3 places away from the fifth house. 3 means communication, action, effort, strength, and determination. So, our Purva Punya is going to affect our emotions, and our emotions will affect our ability to communicate with the public, communicate with the marriage and business partner. This thing will affect our ability to make the right actions and efforts towards the affairs of seventh house. If this house is afflicted, it will affect our ability to communicate with our partner and also to take the right decision and efforts towards our marriage or business dealings. Plus, it's representing strength and determination. So, our fifth house will alter our strength and courage to deal with the public. And whatever happened here will affect our soul, because you might have heard what goes around comes all the way back around to you. So, from the seventh house, 11 places away from it is the fifth house. So, what you do over here is what you will gain from this house. If this house is afflicted, then of course it will affect the ability to manage the affairs of this house, and whatever you will gain from this house will directly impact your happiness, emotions, feelings, and the overall soul journey. If this house is associated to benefics, then definitely it will improve your married life, because you will be able to communicate well with your partner, whether it's your business partner or even public. And if it is associated to a malefic, it will definitely affect the ability to deal with the marriage partner, the public, and business partnerships. In order to improvise this house, there is only one thing, and that is self love. The more you love yourself, the more you balance your emotions, everything will get much better. This house belongs to the sun. On one side, sun is the ego. It thinks about only itself. But the good part of sun is it always teaches about self-love. The more you love yourself and the more you incline spiritually, because this is the house of faith and dharma, the more amazing journey you will see in future. Your relationships will get better, and your soul will also evolve. It will be able to find its true path, and there will be happiness for sure. So, understanding how the fifth house impacts our emotions and feelings, further, how our emotions and feelings will impact our relationships and public dealing, well, it's a huge task. Not a huge task, a humongous task, because there are many factors which needs to be considered. A proper analysis of the chart is required. And yes, where is your fifth lord placed? Which planet is in the fifth house? Where is sun placed in your horoscope? And of course, the fifth house of Navamsha. Everything needs to be seen. I'll be further talking about this topic in a broad way, in a detailed way in our future videos, where we'll independently talk about the fifth lord, planets through the fifth house, and also how the placement of sun can reveal a lot about your soul journey. So guys, that's all for today's video. Make sure you subscribe, and till then, take care of yourself. Goodbye.